First things first, a woman was injured in San Francisco by a San Francisco cop after being arrested for jaywalking. Check it out.
Our crime reporter Henry Lee is here now after talking with the woman and her attorneys who say state law and the department's own policies bar officers from using jaywalking as a pretext for stopping people. Henry.
Well, Mike and Heather, they tell me jaywalking isn't a crime unless safety is an issue. In this case, the woman says it was her safety that was threatened by the police.
Like, what did I do wrong? I'm literally just walking across the street.
Christiana Porter, accused of jaywalking in front of the San Francisco police car at 2nd and Geary in the Richmond district on July 29th. Porter, wearing headphones, continues walking, not realizing the officer's now trying to stop her. The officer drives on the wrong side of Geary. He gets out of his car. Porter moves away from the officer, who then pushes her against the wall. On this cell phone video, you can hear Porter screaming, "I'm not resisting."
I'm not resisting. Stop, you are. Stop resisting. Honestly, as a black woman just trying to stay alive, I thought about my 5 kids and just trying to make it home to my kids.
More police cars, their sirens blaring, arrive on scene. Officers run to help.
I just don't trust them no more. I just seriously don't trust them. I feel like they abuse and use their power and authority to, brutalize and just torment and harass civilians.
Officer Josh McFall, seen here, later tells a witness Porter refused to stop or give him her ID and wouldn't keep her hands out of her pockets or purse.
So I didn't want it to go this way, but when people put me in that position, I don't have a choice.
Porter, a single mother of 5, says she's a domestic violence survivor and that the police too left her traumatized and injured with a concussion, a separated shoulder, and nerve damage.
So I'm not a threat. I'm just trying to get my life back. And that was it. When I told him I'm a survivor, he was just saying, I don't care. This doesn't matter right now.
Her attorneys say police department regulations bar officers from ticketing people for jaywalking unless there's an immediate danger of a crash.
There are more serious crimes that should be addressed by the San Francisco Police Department, especially since they claim they're understaffed.
With regards to Officer McFall, it's a contempt of cop. He was angry about something.
Assemblymember Phil T.
That's 100% facts. I agree with it. I think that he was angry about something. And I think that what happens in people's personal lives often at times spill over into the workplace. And now they got a lawsuit on their hands. And so I absolutely agree with the fact that they need to be putting this level of effort, especially being understaffed over there in San Francisco, into these street races and all of these burglars and stuff like that. Man, listen, bro, that woman wasn't bothering nobody. Let's just be real. I mean, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. I don't think that this is a race issue. That's the one part that I hate about this conversation, is that it always comes back down to race. Oh my God, he was a white cop, I was a black woman. I don't like that part of the conversation, but I absolutely think that he was overly aggressive. Come on, jaywalking? Jaywalking? Seriously? She got her headphones on. You can see that. I don't know why he chose her in particular and why he was like, yo, I'm going to get the woman with the headphones and all of that, but it's stupid. It's absolutely dumb. And then it becomes something more than it is, because the people can't wait to say, oh, I can't trust the police or whatever. And so now you let something that was going on in your personal life start to affect how it was that you was over there doing your job. And so now you got to be held accountable for it, because you're going to be costing the city and the insurance company and the police department its reputation and a lawsuit. And they're going to get a settlement. They're going to get a payout. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. So anyways, that's what's going on over in San Francisco. Yesterday, I almost live streamed it, but then when it started crashing out, I said, you know what? I ain't got time for it. I was watching Anthony Brian Logan's live stream of what he was doing as far as Elon Musk and Donald Trump, but it did crash the site yesterday. Check it out.
Happening right now, former President Trump, of course, is the GOP nominee, is slated for an unscripted, no-limits interview with Elon Musk on X. It was supposed to start at 5 p.m. our time. This is what it looks like right now. Essentially, it appears as if they've crashed this Twitter Spaces. This was all supposed to be happening now. If you remember, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, was supposed to launch his campaign on X with a similar event with Elon Musk, and that did not work for a while. They had major technical problems during it. So this is a live look at the website. Some over 11 million people are trying to watch this thing live in real time, and right now none of them are able to see it. So we'll see what happens. I think they're now saying listen live, so I don't know if there's an audio version of this. But it's interesting to see. So I guess the audio is starting to work, not the video. But
bit by bit, perhaps.
Yeah, as they get ready for this. Elon Musk had been stress testing the site earlier, trying to prepare for this to see if it would work or not.
Well, he's the one to know, and he's hired his IT department, theoretically. So we'll see.
Fired a lot of his IT department, too.
Yeah.
So it did crash the site for a lot of people. They said that over 11 million people was trying to get in at the same time. They did wind up streaming it. Again, I seen it on Anthony Brian Logan's site. So if y'all want to go and look at Anthony Brian Logan's reaction to it, let him know that Anton from AntonDaniels.com sent you. I didn't have the patience to try to put that together and try to make it work. So I decided to scratch it. Spaces is like a better version of Clubhouse, but it's also integrated on X more effectively. So yeah, man, that interview with Elon Musk, I have not watched it yet, but I will go and check out Anthony Brian Logan's live stream. I will rewatch that to see how that went out. And then on top of that, last but not least, Ukraine is saying that it controls 1,000 square kilometers of Russia now. Check it out.
Tony, how much do we know about Ukraine's operations inside Russia? You put it in that historical context for us yesterday. The first foreign incursion, military incursion into Russia since World War II.
Yes, I mean, that tells you the significance of it and how embarrassing in many ways it is for the Kremlin to have to confront this. And yesterday, Ukrainian officials met with President Zelensky, and the military told him that they had control of 1,000 square kilometers of Russian territory. That's about 386 square miles. Simultaneously, President Putin was meeting with his regional officials, and the acting governor of Kursk region, where the military action is taking place, told him that some 180,000 people have been evacuated from their homes. So that gives you an impression of the scale of what's going on, the psychological blow that's being felt in the Kremlin, and the encouragement and morale boost that it's giving to Ukraine at this point.
What is the situation when it comes to those gas supplies in the area then, Tony? We've seen a pickup in prices, European gas prices. What is happening on the ground? What are the risks?
Yes, this is all about a town called Sudzha, where Russia's last remaining pipeline carrying gas through Ukraine, incidentally, to Europe, is routed. There's a metering station there. It appears Ukrainian troops have taken control of that town. We have reporting from both Gazprom and Ukraine's Naftogaz side saying that it seems that Ukrainian troops have control of the town. But so far the gas is flowing. Both sides seem to have an interest in continuing the flows. Ukraine earns money from the transit, and Gazprom certainly wants to supply its customers. So far at least there's no sign of flows being interrupted. But the risk clearly is some accidental damage either to pipelines or the infrastructure, which then would put those supplies at risk, and hence, as
I don't know what to believe no more, honestly. We're going to work together when it comes to getting to the money, but we definitely going to keep fighting. Listen, what Americans care about is the fact that we not focus on American business. And I think that overwhelmingly, a lot of people are asking, well, what does this mean inside of the chat? For me, personally, it means that I'm so tired of being a part of these proxy wars. And I loved the fact that we were focused on getting to the money in 2016 through 2020. And we didn't have no distractions when it comes to focusing on war. That just wasn't even a conversation. We didn't talk about war at all. We didn't. We was focused on how much money we can run up, how many businesses we can start, how many women that you can be a part of their lives, how many women was having children out of baby daddies and all of this stuff. The focus was so different 4 or 5 years ago. I think that people are just tired of hearing about war. So much so, I remember when the Ukraine war first kicked off, and it was a big deal. And it was all over the news, and that was all of the news, and it was popular culture, whatever, and people was trying to cover it. People don't even think about it no more. We don't even think about it. We don't cover it. It's almost like getting PTSD from the things you see in the hood on a regular basis, right? You so used to them dealing drugs. You so used to them stealing cars. You're so used to gunshots and sirens that when you move out to the suburbs or to a nicer neighborhood, it sounds weird. It feels weird. The first time, when I first moved out of the hood and I went out to the suburbs, it was so quiet that you can hear the crickets and you can hear all of the bugs and stuff. And the businesses was closed at a certain time and everything wasn't open late at night. And I was just like, I couldn't sleep. Like the first few days of me moving out to the suburbs, I couldn't sleep because I was so used to hearing the noise and the sirens and the gunshots. And even on like when it would be fireworks and stuff like that, the fireworks sounded like gunshots. And so now we've become adjusted and we've acclimated ourselves to just thinking that war is just a normal part of what we're supposed to experience. And that's what we fund. And so when we hear stuff like this, oh man, yeah, they control, we don't even think about it no more. It's not even a thing. It's not even something that we concerned about. It's not something that we then jump out of our seats about. You become so used to the noise. You become so used to toxicity. You become so used to what they're continuing to plant day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. We're so used to war that we don't even hold the current administration accountable for the fact that we've basically been in war since they've been in office. It's just normal. Israel, not a big deal. China, that's expected. Ukraine, I'll throw them some more money. Proxy wars. We don't even think about it no more. It's just a normal part of life, and we've acclimated to it to where it's not even a conversation when it comes to these campaigns. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's your Quick Hits.